Are we there yet?
You're such a child. You always ask that.
People always say you're such a child, so put down. I take it as a compliment.
I meant it as a compliment. Some of my favorite people are children. Samantha springs to mind.
Are you sorry that we didn't bring her? Is that why you're being so quiet?
We're in dire need of some time on our own. I'm not quiet, Julia. I'm just a little pensive.
Is pensive another way of saying that you're still upset about my winning the judgeship?
Not in so many words.
Well, then how many words exactly? 1, 2, yes, no, maybe? I can't play charades with you if you won't give me a hint.
That's not charades, that's 20 questions.
So sue me. Meyson, it's cold enough out there without having you freeze me out in here. Fine. Talk or I jump. But I'm gonna count to 10 first. Because I can. 1, 2...
Oh, Cece, where have you been? I just called Rosa for the umpteenth time. I was getting frantic.
Oh, I'm sorry I worried you. I was walking down by the beach.
Well, there's no need to apologize. It's just that when I couldn't reach you, Is something wrong?
Why do you ask?
Something is wrong, isn't it? What is it? Is it Ted? Something happened to him.
Swear to God, running a newspaper's like taking care of a 3-year-old. There's always something to do before you put it to bed. What you got there?
Are all reporters so nosy?
Good ones are. What is that? Little present for me?
Not exactly. But it is a gift.
Really? Can I see it?
No.
Oh, come on. You know I'm going to see it sooner or later. Might as well get it over now, huh? And you call me nosy? Just where do you get off looking through my personal things? If I wanted anybody to see this, I wouldn't have kept it hidden.
It wasn't hidden. It was in the file cabinet.
I don't care. It wasn't sitting out in the middle of the street, was it? Now, this is none of your business. Where's the rest of it? Give it to me.
Warren, I haven't finished reading it yet.
Well, I can tell you exactly how it ends.
I don't want to know how it ends. I want to find out for myself.
Oh, why did you... What's the problem? You out of cereal boxes? Is that it?
If you can find me a cereal box that reads like your book, I'll eat my Wheaties every day. Warren, that didn't come from hunger. It came from your heart. I couldn't put it down.
You liked it?
Unless it takes a great nosedive on page 253, I love it.
You're just saying that because I'm pressuring you right now, because I caught you.
I'm not. Warren, your writing transcends the personal. You made me see what you saw. I felt what you felt. I think that a student in South Africa or a mail carrier in Des Moines could read that, and despite the disparity of their circumstances, could totally relate to this world that you've created on these pages.
Certainly hope a legion of tourists doesn't try to book their fantasies with me.
Well, why not? I think it should be published.
Well, that's what I thought, too, but great minds don't think alike, especially my former publisher.
They turned it down?
Oh, yeah, they turned it down, all right. But not with your standard form rejection letter. Oh, this was a beauty. You see, I was in great anticipation for a reply of my wonderful words. And I went to my mailbox and I found an envelope filled with a 3-paged, single-spaced type critique from some inspiring young Shakespeare waiting for his first Pulitzer.
Well, that's only one opinion. Won't you trust mine and let me finish reading it?
Well, either I'm a glutton for punishment or you are. I can't take this. I gotta go.
You don't jump.
Speak or I bail.
Julia, we're on Highway 1. Something out there but ocean and sheer cliff.
Well, then I guess that would make it very painful.
All right. Have it your own way. Have it your own way. All right. What?
Put the car in park and talk to me.
All right. Julia, it's not your new job that has me upset.
Well, then what is it?
It's the time factor. How busy you're going to be. You saw how consumed I was by the Walker trial. It's going to be just the same for you, and Samantha and I will never see you. Between the trial dates and the grand juries and political dinners and fundraisers, how are we ever going to have time for ourselves?
The same way we would have handled it if you had won. Gotcha. Meyson, we're all alone now. We haven't been alone together in a very long time. We're on a romantic weekend, Big Sur.
A few stolen hours.
Well, it's not a crime. However, it is a first offense. But then again, I'm the judge, so I'll make sure that we get lots and lots of time off for bad behavior. Not to mention conjugal visits.
It's going to be rather hard to conceive baby X doing hard time.
So we'll suffer.
What were we talking about?
Hard time. We're going to make time for each other. Not going to be easy, but nothing for us ever is. And if it were, you and I would get very, very bored. Because challenge and stimulation is the glue that binds us. We stick together because we stick it out together. I am so nuts about you.
I love you so much. I want to share it with everybody, but especially with Samantha and the as-yet-to-be-conceived baby Capwell.
I wasn't going to say anything. And there's probably nothing to say, but if I do say something, and I'm not sure that I should say it, I don't want you to get excited, not yet. I'm late.
You're pregnant.
I'm late. And I thought I'd bring a test along and we'd pick it up at the cabin.
Why the hell are we sitting here parked like this?
Because it gives me a minute to look at your beautiful face. And drive.
Ted. Why would you think something happened to Ted?
Reflex, I guess. I saw how difficult it was for him to walk around on that leg, and it's so easy to misstep and take a fall. Accidents happen all the time.
That's true. That is certainly true. I think you two have been through your quota of unfortunate run-ins, but I'm very pleased to say that Ted is doing just fine. Fix myself a drink or what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I'll get it. So, you said you were walking?
Uh-huh. Free night air. Seems to clear my mind.
Is there anything I can help you with?
I just walking around summing up the end of the year kind of things, you know, wondering where I've been and where I'm going next year. Thinking about the children, whether they're happy in their lives.
Well, you deserve to be very proud of your children.
I worry about Ted.
Why?
Well, I worry about the choices he makes. His marriage to Lily. Is that what he really wants? You two are very close. Would you know?
What makes you say that?
Well, every time Ted and I have a falling out, you champion his defense. We both seem to have a corresponding soft spot for my youngest son.
No. When circumstances throw two people together, especially the way we were trapped down in that mine shaft, to share certain things, you get close. It's not an uncommon phenomenon.
Hmm. No, I'm talking about way before that. I always get the feeling, well, I noticed you had a nice, fond regard for him.
Well, he is your son. I hold all your children in high regard because they're yours.
Not the only reason.
C.C. Capwell, I never thought I would live to see the day when you would be fishing for a compliment. You have been, you are, and you will continue to be the only Capwell who truly interests me. Besides, you treat me like a queen. No one's done that before. A woman would be crazy not to care for you.
Unless she's in love with someone else.
Wedding plans?
Does that give you any ideas?
About what?
Oh, don't be obtuse. It's annoying. I'm talking about you and B J. You're going to marry the girl.
Why do your questions always sound like orders?
Well, that's merely an observation. I saw the look on your face when you were holding Channing in your arms just now. You were wondering what it would be like to have a child of your own. Yours and B J's.
Well, to be honest with you, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about birthday, Grandmother. Mine, as a matter of fact. When I was in grade school, there was this kid that was born on a leap year. He had a birthday every 4 years. When he turned 12 years old, we made fun of him because we told him he was only 3. Right now, I feel like I'm about 1 hour old.
It's a record gestation. What happened?
Do you remember that book I wrote?
Dangerous Roads and Jasmine. I will never forget it. I would have loved it even if my grandson hadn't written it.
Do you remember the end? Where Travis meets Jasmine at the cafe. And through the whole book, he's been wandering, searching for something, a fusion between the writer and the man, something more than just the syntax and the words. And when he meets her at the cafe, it's as though he's been completely reborn. Like her love lit the way home. And he didn't have to choose between living his life and writing it anymore. His two loves became one. And it opened a world that he never dreamt of. A world that she held in her hand and gave back to him without even knowing it. BJ read my book tonight. She's my Jasmine.
So, now you know why God gave you a soul and not just a heartbeat. Happy birthday, darling.
Well,
Oh, we have to share the bathroom with the people across the hall.
oh, how private. All right,
Well, then, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. I can't do this right now. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. I really think that I'm pregnant. But just in case I'm not, I don't want to know that tonight. I just don't want to be disappointed right now. So if you don't mind, could we do this in the morning? Would that be okay? Okay?
Okay. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh, no. It is an ever-fixed star that looks on tempests and is never shaken.
Do it again.
Led me not to the marriage of true minds amid impediments.
Not
Love
that.
is not. This.
That.
Hi.
Hey, where'd you disappear to?
Went to see Mix.
Oh, what'd you have to say?
Happy birthday. Had to be there. So was I right?
About what?
About what? About my book. My book. Was I right about my book? Let's cut to the chase, okay? Let's just give it a rating from 1 to 10, okay? 1 being and 10 being thumbs up. What do you think?
It's 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock and I'm only halfway through the book. I made myself a pot of tea so I can finish it.
Well, why would you want to? You probably should just rest. I mean, if you're going to read it, you don't really want to read it. You don't want to stay up tonight.
I'm not going to sleep until I finish this book. You can go to bed if you want.
Go to bed? You have 1 year of my life in your hands. How do you expect me to sleep? How can I sleep if you're going to read this?
Try counting sheep.
Fine.
I never lied to you, Cece. There was someone, you knew that.
Mm-hmm. It's over now, right?
Well, yes, and in the sense that it never really got started.
Who was he?
Why does that matter?
You're right. It doesn't matter. I've got to go.
You leaving? You just got here.
It's late. I've got some things to do early.
No. No, it's more than that. I know you.
Do you?
Cece, the other day you gave me this ring and you asked me to marry you. Any man making that kind of decision must ask himself the same question. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life with me? Could you ever really love me? I mean, really love me?
How do you know I don't already?
You see, I always think that I will be loved, and then I am disappointed. First with David, and then with Warren, and then...
And with who?
Just men in general.
Well, I am not men in general. I am somebody who cares about you and who you should trust. So if you got something to tell me and you want to tell it to me, why don't you do it now, before I leave, hmm?
All right. There's something. And I hope you won't take this the wrong way or think less of me for it. I want you to stay with me. I want you to make love to me, Cece.
I had the most amazing dream. We were having tea on the lawn. You and me and Samantha. And Samantha opened up a watercress sandwich and said, "Oh, Daddy, look." Under a leaf was our new baby. I didn't check to see whether it was a boy or a girl. Julia was wrong.
I'm not pregnant.
Not the happiest day of our lives. It's not the saddest either. We have a little girl who has been our whole world, Julia. World still spinning. And with all the things that are and are not meant to be. Somewhere we have to find the wisdom to know the difference. And to accept it with grace. Whatever happens, I love you.
I love you too.
Hello.
Good morning. Did I wake you?
No, not at all. You're up early.
I have a confession to make. I didn't sleep very well after you turned me down last night. I guess I just wasn't sure quite what to make of it.
I didn't make anything of it at the time. It just wasn't right. I've got a lot on my mind lately, that's all.
Am I one of the things that's on or off? Cece, are you having second thoughts about us?
There you go. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Look, I gotta get to the office. Do you think we can... It's not very comfortable talking about this over the phone.
I understand. Why don't I come by the office later today? We'll have coffee. We need to talk.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, I'll see you later then. Cece?
I'm here.
Never mind. Bye.
B J? What's the matter? Oh, God. Look, let's just throw this thing in the trash. I didn't know you'd hate it so much that it would upset you like...
No. Hating this would be like hating you. I love you, and I love this.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Oh, no. Did you have any idea how this made me feel? Do you remember the first book you read? I was in second grade, and I read this book called, Susanna the Pioneer Cow by Meyson. And for the first time, the words just jumped off the page. They weren't just words anymore. There were thoughts and ideas and feelings. And it was the best book that I'd ever read because it opened up a whole new world for me. Until now. Until you wrote this book and it opened up a whole new world. Oh, Warren, you should be so proud of this. This is your child.
Thank you.
For what?
Reminding me of myself. I'd forgotten.
Well, the first thing we have to do is get this book to a publisher.
I've already tried that.
One rejection.
Oh, listen, honey, when they reject you, one's enough.
So you're just going to sit here and let this beautiful book gather dust?
I can't go through this process again, BJ. I don't think that you understand exactly what this is about. It's as if you brought your child in for the first day of school. And as soon as you walked in the room, there was a dead silence. And the teacher looked up at you and said, I don't think he belongs here. You kind of take it as a personal rejection, and I don't think I want to put my ego back up on that chopping block, thank you.
You've already taken all the risk in writing this book. You poured a lot of yourself into it, and that took courage.
Well, I was younger then. Much.
I wish I'd known you then.
Oh, God. You would have hated me.
Never. I heard your voice in Travis. And his search for Jasmine just broke my heart and lifted it up at the same time. It was like you were searching for your own soul. When you finally found it.
You were there. B J? This book is about you and me. How did I know I'd find you? How did I know that you'd be waiting on the last page? How did I know that the real Jasmine would just step right off of those pages and be the love of my life?
Oh, it's funny, isn't it? Spend your whole life looking for somebody to love. Every stranger you meet, and every song you hear, every breath you take. And you and I were here all along. What you doing?
I'm finishing the book.
I thought it was finished.
All except for the dedication. There.
To B J, my beloved Jasmine, who gave back my past, and to my future love.
I can't believe Channing's walking. That a year went by so fast. Remember the night he was born?
Remember? How could I forget you? Practically bit my thumb off. Remember we were in the veterinarian's office with the cows and the sheep and the pigs and it.
Our own private menagerie.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Channing, born in a manger on Christmas Eve.
Now he's standing on his own 2 feet.
Following in your footsteps. You've always been there for him from day one. Picking him up when he fell down. Cheering him on. And I know that you'll be there in the stands when he breaks through the tape and gets that gold medal. Should be a medal for a man like you.
I've got my prize.
How did we get so lucky?
It was our time.
The best time.
Breakfast is here. I'm ravenous. Cold weather always makes me hungry for lots of things. Where do we start?
I'm not hungry.
They have scones, Julia. Let me butter you one. And
no.
they have strawberry jam.
No, thank you. I'm really not hungry.
Who are you phoning?
Dr. Zeman, I think that when we get back to Santa Barbara, we should make a series of appointments. And I think that we need to look at this further, you know. We obviously seem to have a problem because we keep trying and trying and it doesn't work. So I think the next step would be fertility drugs, maybe. And I also read a nice little article about egg harvesting. That sounds nice and natural. And then as a last resort, maybe
As a last
there's a
resort,
method that I read about in another...
Would it be such a tragedy if we decided to stay as we are, just the three of us?
Yes. Okay, send her right in.
Knock, knock.
Hi.
Are you hiding from me?
You silly, of course not. Sit down. Oh, you want me to get you some coffee?
No, sit. I'll get it.
I've been thinking about that phone call you made to me this morning.
So have I. You never answered my question.
You never answered mine. Are you having second thoughts about us?
I have an answer for you now. And this is something I should have told you long before this.
I thought you wanted to have this baby as much as I do.
I did. But not at the cost of everything we already have. Julia, our lives are full to overflowing with Samantha and each other and our families and our work. But I think somehow it's wrong not to count our blessings, just because we've been focusing so much on things that perhaps weren't meant to be.
So you just want to quit? You just want to stop trying to have a baby, is that right?
What is it you wanted to tell me?
Last night you said it was possible that you could love me. Now, that's no small gift. Certainly not one to be taken lightly.
I agree.
I've been married before. I have no illusions of marriage as a panacea for loneliness. I think I was lonelier living with David than I ever was before or since. But there are some things that I miss living alone. Companionship, comfort, having someone to grow old with, always knowing that there will be a hand to hold.
Well, I'm not exactly ready for the rocking chair.
No, of course you're not. You're extremely vibrant. You're an incredibly attractive man. That's why I wanted you to spend the night with me. But you were right in turning me down. There was something missing from my invitation. My heart. When you proposed to me, I said I couldn't promise you anything more than friendship. I want to make a new promise to you. I want to marry you, Cece, with all my heart. If you'll still have me.
Diane was videotaped smothering her baby in a hospital bed, then screaming for help when he stopped breathing. What drives parents to injure and in some cases kill their own children for attention? The mystery of Munchausen syndrome on Donahue at 3.